Hello everyone, good afternoon. Hello from Sydney, Australia. Welcome back to my channel. For those that didn't know, I have relocated from Georgia in North America to Sydney in Australia, 10,000 miles away. Southern Hemisphere. It's the middle of winter here, it's super weird. Anyway, enough about that. I'm in Sydney, yay, here for the next 12 months. I wanted to talk about team battles today. I realized that I told you guys team battles would be very revolutionary, and then I just put basic team battles in there and didn't really explain how it's supposed to be different. So that's what I want to tell you guys today. It's not done. Basically, in order to complete the team battles that I want to complete, I'm going to have to do Wi-Fi battles first, and I haven't gotten there yet, so I realized, oh, dang, that's going to delay me completing team battles. So I might as well go ahead and tell you guys what I'm planning for team battles now, since it may be a while before I get there. So that's what this video is about. I'll try not to make it too long. I already recorded one video and it was like way too long, so let me try to shorten it for you guys so it's not too unbearable. So go to team. Oh, that's Naruto's new animation, by the way. Made it a lot better than it was before. Now let's get Sakura and Naruto, and maybe Naruto and Sasuke. So,
get ready.
Obviously, we know how team battles work, so let me go ahead and put them across the walls and show you guys. So yeah, Sakura's moveset's almost done, by the way. But I won't talk about that today. But yeah, she's got some moves. Alright, get over there, Naruto. Alright, so yeah, she has some moves, but not all her moves are in here yet. Anyway, so team battles. So the idea, I'll cut to the chase. The way it works is, y'all know how team battles works already. What I'm shooting for is a more interactive team battle experience. Let me get Naruto further out of the way. Get out of here. So with my team battles, what I'm shooting for is the idea is that when, like, let's say, so there's Naruto. He just disappeared. After he finished attacking, he disappeared. Where the hell did he go? That's not how fights work. You don't just disappear, you know. Invisible no jutsu, you know, that's not how fights work when you're fighting in a team. So the idea is when you're not on stage and you're support, you're going to be here in the background. That's the goal of an interactive team battle. So you're not just standing there doing nothing. The idea is that you'll have this whole area around the stage to roam. That's the goal. And so I'll split it by half, of course. I don't think that both teams should be able to interact with the same space. That'd be kind of weird. You know, we're not on the same team, but we're next to each other. So I'll split it like a stage like this would be split either vertically or horizontally. And so, you know, you'd have your team one side and your team two side. That's how it will work. And yeah, you can basically just run around. Not, of course, since the Leaf Village would be just the immediate around the stage. You'd be able to run around, maybe throw a kunai for like 25% overdrive. You can like throw kunai onto stage to help try to break, you know, maybe let's say Sakura was getting beat up and I was her teammate, this Naruto. I can like throw kunai onto stage just for 25%, something small, to try to break that combo. May not hit, but if it does, great. Or I can hold the button. The idea is if you want to hop onto stage on a solo battle with the computer, they do that. They just execute one combo and then they go back in. But that's only because it's a computer. I can't have them, you know, there's no way to pick a combo. But when it's a human playing it, the idea is that you hold the support button and that summons you onto stage. And you don't do anything. You're just on stage. And that overdrive starts to drain. And you can either stay on stage until your overdrive is fully gone, or you can execute one combo move before being brought back out. So if I were to, let's say I was a support, I would jump onto the stage by holding the button. Then I can do any combo I want to. 8B, 4A, whatever I want to while I'm on stage. I get up to one combo or the duration of my overdrive until whichever one comes first, the end of the first combo or the end of the overdrive. And then I'll go back to off stage and reset. And it requires 100% usually to summon yourself onto stage. That's how it will work when support's playing. And then, of course, if you're on the outskirts, you can still use like kunai as long as you have at least 25% overdrive. And it costs 25%. But also, it also adds an extra strategy to people on stage. When you're in the background, you can still get hit by stray things. Like, for example, if I were to throw these kunai, you see those kunai went off stage. If there was a teammate back there, they could get hit by those. Or if I'm Itachi and I throw a fireball jutsu, the big one, and it goes off stage, anybody back there can get caught in that blast. So it may be kind of a strategy to help take out your teammates while they're off screen. They may not be paying attention, and you can, throw a jutsu that has a wide range on purpose with the intent on not just hitting your opponent, but also hitting their teammates who may not be paying attention in the background. So you have to be alert and moving and constantly staying out of the way of stray kunai, stray shuriken, stray jutsu. Obviously, it won't take us the same damage as it would if you're on stage, but it still would take damage and could kill you if your meter's all the way full, and they're about to die, and you get hit by something. That's how you die. So, extra strategy. I'm gonna switch stage. It's also cool for stages like this.
Get ready. Begin.
So like team 1 could be up here. I always wanted to be up here whenever I play Clash Ninja 2. I always wished I could be up here with the other ninja, like in the show, watching the battle from up there. So it's also a great way to spectate. You can spectate in that way as well. Maybe you don't want to fight, you just want to watch. Yeah, hop on and spectate from the outskirts. But anyway, yeah, you can be up here and you can throw kunai. On a stage like this, you wouldn't be prone to getting hit by a jutsu or a straight kunai because it's all the way up here. Maybe it's still possible, like if I were to do something like that and, it's at the right angle, it could still hit you. But otherwise, yeah, this would be a different way to fight. On this stage, you'll be more high up, so not as distracting, for example. And, it may be harder to hit. If you're over here and you try to throw a kunai, it's going to be harder to land that over here. You have to be very precise. Versus you can come down the steps on your half and throw kunai from here. That's going to be a little bit higher accuracy because you're closer to on the same level as the players. But you also may be prone to getting hit by a jutsu or a straight kunai, straight shuriken when you're down here. So up here is the safer play, but maybe less accurate. Versus down here is the more accurate play, but it's not safe. And then of course player 2's side would be over here. And you can run around that area. So that's kind of how it works. Same thing with like a stage like this, Palace.
Get ready. Begin.
So like maybe player 1 has this whole, team 1 has this whole side of it. All of this is for team 1, and you can like maybe hide behind the pillars for safety. So like, yeah, you're there and they don't know, and you can pop out, throw a kunai, and jump back behind. Same thing, player 2's side would be all the way over here and cover all of this for team 2 supports. And so that's kind of how it will work. Every stage has its own designated area for team 1 and team 2 supports. So every stage plays differently. So each stage is unique in that way. Having supports poses different hazards, different ways to play a support, all of those things. That's kind of my goal for team battles, in a way to keep it fresh and things of that nature. The only other thing that I'm worried about balancing wise is if, let's say, you have a human player and they have 2 humans, and this player's obviously throwing kunais, and this player's a single player with a computer as a team. I was thinking about using the R stick, the other control stick that's unused. I was thinking about using that as a way to control your support in the background, so you can move left and right with the stick for the support, and you can maybe push it inwards, R3, to trigger them to throw a kunai. And that would be a way to kind of get that background thing, to get the balancing for your background supports without summoning them onto stage, just to give them the same benefit. So that will kind of fix that. The only thing is, when you have, that works fine on 2-man squad, it doesn't work on 3-man squad because you have 2 supports and only 1 extra stick. So I was thinking maybe I could use like the select button. All controllers have a relatively unused select button during gameplay. So maybe select can toggle between which support you're operating. So like if I'm getting beat up and I don't have a substitution available, and I want to maybe, okay, I'm in the middle of a combo string, let me quickly grab a character that's nearby, move them in, push R3, and try to throw a kunai to help break up that combo for me. I still have that resource without needing another human player to do that. So that way, even though having 2 humans is more strategic than a human and a computer, it's not necessarily a disadvantage because you can still control that background player with this second stick. That's my solution for now. But anyway, all of that requires Wi-Fi because obviously you can't have, it's going to be from a different perspective too. So like this is the main perspective for the player on the stage. Let me go to this view. If I was a support over here, this would be my perspective. I would be back here, and this is what I'd be seeing. So I'd be seeing them fight over there, and so I could like hide behind this pillar just like this, and they can't see me. And then I'll jump behind, throw a kunai, go back behind the pillar, run over here to maybe get a different angle, throw a kunai from here. Oh, they have a lot of chakra. I know they're about to throw a big jutsu. Let me come over here out of the way while they throw that big jutsu. All right, there's their jutsu. Okay, let me come back over. And that would be kind of like the perspective you would play from. It would be an overhead camera from like over your shoulder, and you move left and right, and the camera always focuses on the players. So as you move left and right, it's always rotating and panning so that you're always facing the player when you like throw kunai. And so you're always seeing the action, and this is how the camera angle would be as you from the outskirts. And same thing for like team 2. This would be their view over here for the other team. So this is kind of how it will work when you're in a team battle from these different perspectives, while the main team would still be seeing this as their main screen. So that's kind of how it worked to keep it interactive. I know this video is getting longer. Let me see how much time I have. Oh, it's already 10 minutes. Yikes. Not trying to make this video forever long. But this just gives you kind of a glimpse on what team battles could be like. Let me change stage. That's a good stage. Let's go back to here, and I'll show you that.
Get ready. Begin.
All right, so we're obviously fighting down here, and on the supports, they would be up here. So this would be their angle. Obviously, I have to, add back face. I got to redo the backgrounds for all of these so that they support being viewed from these angles. So obviously, these rails are only visible from one direction normally, but I would make them visible from 2 directions so you can see the rails. But yeah, you'd be looking down like this, and you see the other opponents up here. So yeah, you could be up here. You can go over here in the corner, try to throw kunai from over here, run down over here, and maybe you can even run down the steps, come down the steps. And now you're more in an even plane. Throw your kunai from here. Oh no, they're about to throw jutsu. Let me run back upstairs. And of course the pan is always the camera always stays panned, behind you and focused on the players. So this is how it would rotate if you're in the battle, and it'd be overhead. So you'd be able to see your character, and then you'd be able to see them down there. And then, so just depending on where you are on the stage dictates how easy it is to throw. And of course, they're always seeing this, and you're up here. Same thing for the other side. You'll be up here looking down like this. Depending on where you are with this over the shoulder kind of camera, looking down at the stage. And maybe this is a great way to do spectator, like an online spectator, where maybe it's just single classic 2 players, but you're up here spectating, and you can spectate live in the game. That will be a fantastic spectator mode where you can actually spectate inside the battle with your own character. Just for fun. I love that kind of stuff. So that's how I plan to do the team battles. And I just want to share that with you guys. This video is way too long. So that's how team battles will work. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this like a good idea? Things you would add, things you would change? I don't think anything like this has ever been done in another fighting game where you had this kind of dynamic of a 2D fighter down there, but you had this 3D arena that people were interacting with from the background into that battle on a team by team. It's just such a different way to think about multiplayer, a different way to think about battles, and it's something that I think would not break the Clash of Ninja fighting style while still adding something that's fresh. It's very minor. Again, it's just something to do in the background so you're not twiddling your thumbs waiting for the next time you jump on the stage. You can at least run around and enjoy the scenery, maybe throw a kunai. Like that's the most you could ever do from the background is throw kunai, and you can get hit by what they're doing down there. So if Naruto throws a kunai upwards and it just happens to come my direction, that can hit me. And so it adds that extra strategy of make sure you are moving and you are staying out of the way of their fight down there. And maybe you want to interact with it too by maybe throwing a kunai down yourself. Your kunai will always track for the first frame that you throw it, but obviously once it's in trajectory, it's not going to curve. So if they move, sucks for you. But, it adds, like, where did that kunai come from? And you distract them. So all kinds of ways to play the game. That's what I want to shoot for team battles in the future. And I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. You all know I appreciate your comments. And I'll also make a video about Sakura soon. So, be on the lookout for my video on PTS Sakura's moveset and showcase and what's different between her and her old moveset. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a great night.